Will you follow me when the sky starts to change? Yeah, we won't be afraid. We'll never be the same again.
With anime in our souls, thoughts of wrestling out of control, we are a group of weebs who love the entertainment of professional wrestling. So allow us to be the voices inside of your head as we go through the wrestling events of the evening, give our thoughts and predictions on what's to come, and provide an experience inclusive to all you nerds out there. So be sure to grab your steel chair, yell for the table, and get put through an experience unlike any other. Brought to you, of course, by AniMa W3 Studio. This is the Weebs of the Ring podcast. Happy Halloween to all you lovely people out there, whether you're in costume or not. Hey, hopefully you're being safe and just, enjoying the night, enjoying the evening, because a lot of spooks are going to happen. A lot of scares are going to happen. A lot of candy's going to get eaten. Maybe some people are going to get sick. Some people might even get lucky. And by lucky, I mean they might walk away with their lives and not run into a werewolf on their way home. But we're in the safety of our homes, and in that safety of our homes, we watched Friday Night SmackDown. And was it a good show? Was it a bad show? Did it scare us half to death for what's to come in the near future?
Survivor Series
with WWE?
That scared me.
Well, and Survivor Series too. Yeah. No, it was an okay show. It was an alright show. Had a very, very good United States title match,
as always,
that we'll get into later on. But of course, welcome to all of our returning listeners, all our returning viewers. Lovely to see you guys out there. Chat, let me know how you doing down there in a nice little box where you guys can talk and communicate and everything, and just overall have a good time tonight. But if you're new around these parts, who are we besides the Weebs of the Ring? We've got names, we've got idioms, we've got titles and all that. First and foremost, I am your reigning, defending, undisputed, universal, U.S. Intercontinental 24/7, 7-Eleven, I-95 champion of the world. Watkins here. I'm going to be your guide through the wrestling event tonight. And of course, we've got the man, the myth, the legend himself, away from The Rock, away from his Goldberg statue that he has in his closet that he worships every single night and prays to make sure he has a good day, just as good as his WCW undefeated streak. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Legend D Vash. Love and peace as always. How you doing tonight, Vash?
What's up, love and peace? Yeah, it's your boy Latino Heat, your Rico Suave, your Ricky Martin. We are here for the happy Halloween. I'm here repping out here the S for the hope for the Superman. I don't got a cape, but I'm here with the energy of the hope, the house of Kal-El, the house of El. If you guys know the Superman lore, we're here. I'm hyped. Happy Halloween to those. I did my first pumpkin carving. I did my first my first pumpkin part. I don't think there's more to add to that. It was a lot of fun. Did with wifey, my first pumpkin carving overall in a lifetime, not just within the relationship, just lifetime overall. So that was pretty fun to do. I couldn't decide what to do, so I did 3 type of choices in one thing. So how smart that shit is like, hey, you're gonna be stuffed, but you're gonna look pretty. And it was an S, right, Watkins? An S, not a 5.
Yeah, that 5 really looked like a good old S, didn't it?
Yeah, that
and
5.
If you want to see what that S looked like, be sure to follow us on social media. Be sure to join the Discord because it's also in there too. Yeah. It's in that little general chat.
Yeah, I will be posting on social probably during the weekend once I edit, make it look pretty for me and wifey, because we did a little time lapse and everything. So it was great to do that right before the show of SmackDown. Oh, I'm lying. Actually, doing that while watching the show of SmackDown, it was the most funniest thing. Is that just watching Age of Dragunov, I felt like I had a 20-minute fight, because I was carving the shit out of the inside the pumpkin, just taking out all the seeds and the yuck, and I just see that fight. I'm like, wow, there's still going on. That fight lasted as long as I was carving the shit inside out of it. It was that long. I'm like, damn, wow, he's really going deep in everything. It's strong enough. Like Watkins said, we will be talking about it. Saturday Night Main Event is tomorrow, so it's pretty exciting for that. November 1st, and then we lead up to Survivor Series. So, could the people that came out tonight versus MFT, could they be the random motherfucking 4 people? Imagine those random 4, Ray Phoenix, Nakamura, those random 4 people just be like, yeah, we're gonna be for working. Like, motherfucker, you guys haven't been main eventing not once or barely throughout this year. How you guys gonna hold the show? Hey, stay tuned. We're gonna discuss it. There's gonna be a short form content for it. Who knows? It's gonna be pretty exciting to talk about it. Drop is not here, but he will be here for tomorrow for Saturday Night Main Event. So stay tuned for that. If you guys missed him, stay tuned for his content he posted on a daily.
Yeah. Drop unfortunately got a call from Triple H. Had to go meet him up in Connecticut to hopefully write something good. WWE, which we're at least at a good part here of the year where things. I mean, they were kind of at a low point, but I feel like things are kind of picking up just a little bit. Yeah.
This was a solid SmackDown, not like crazy 5 out of 5. But I'll say like this was a nice 3 out of 5, maybe 3.2 to 3.8 out of 5. It was very solid, entertaining at its best as it could be. A few surprises the way they started the show with Tiffany and everything, the way they came out with a bit of a different attitude, a lot of back and forth. The same thing with Drew McIntyre tonight. So it was a bit storytelling with the characters that we had that we don't usually see them speak up like that. But it was good. It was solid, I would say.
Yeah, we'll get into some of that stuff here in a little bit because if you check our notes here, Vash, you'll see one of those segments you mentioned might be in our quickfire segments at the end of the episode. But hey, we'll get into those later on tonight because there's reasons why those are where they are. So let's actually start with how the night. That. Oh yeah.
The name of Zuko.
Oh my gosh. We'll get into all that later. Anyways, we got our WWE title picture to worry about. Apparently, we still got to sign a contract to make this official. Pet peeve of mine, really quick. I don't mind contract signings in wrestling. They've always been there since day one-ish of professional wrestling. But my gripe comes with the fact that, you've already made this match official. You've already made graphics. You've already done this, and this. Why do we need to sign a contract now to make it official? When it's already kind of official, when you already got your branding out there, your advertising for the night. And I get it. Oh, card subject to change, but fuck that. I don't like that. It's a pet peeve of mine, very nitpicky, but I'm just why are we doing a contract signing the night before?
I feel like if we're gonna do a contract signing, was this one pointless? For hell fucking yes, because this one was just Drew saying hey, I want a stipulation because this was more of a lose-lose. He said, hey, if he gets disqualified, guess what? He wins. If he gets counted out, guess what? He wins. If I get counted out, guess what? He wins. So everything was in his favor. Understandable what Drew McIntyre is, and to anybody, he can sound like he's complaining. But in retrospect, you gotta understand, he already has been through enough bullshit for the past 5 years of one staple, another staple getting in, people interrupting. So it felt interesting. It felt like at least the contract signing had a reasoning because Drew didn't like it. But I feel like you didn't need Adam Pearce there. Oh, sorry, not Adam Pearce. You didn't need Nick Aldis. You could just come out and the show hey, I gotta talk to you. I'm not a big fan of this contract that we already signed and promoted for the show. I want to have something change. I feel like that would have been something interesting. Just talking about the contract signing where it has already been established, like you mentioned, the promos, the posters, the ads, the ticket sale and everything. As you said, the word match is subject to change. That is very true. But just to continue advertising, I feel like this contract signing overall was pointless. Or unless it was done last week, it would have been more interesting because now we already have that set up. But just for tonight, I do agree. This one felt do we really need this, Triple H? I don't think so. It feels more kind of filler in a way.
Yeah, kind of in a way, because yeah, I agree. I would have maybe had something like this last week, and then this week have maybe the Jimmy Uso fight. I don't know. I don't know. It was just weird. And then again, that's really just nitpicky and a pet peeve of mine when it just comes to certain wrestling tropes like this and all that. But of course, like Vash had mentioned, the main thing here is Drew wanted a little bit more fairness for himself. And he basically goaded Cody because this was all part of Drew's plan. Let's be honest. Like, Cody fell for the obvious trick that Drew McIntyre's kind of serving up right here, where it's just like, oh yeah, you want to defend your title, you want to beat me up, you know, I don't have to sign this contract, they can just find somebody else to do this. But he's feeding off of Cody's anger, which I really like. I like how we're like playing the story that way. And yeah, Drew's trying to goad Cody into either getting himself disqualified or dare I say, you know, getting counted out and all that. But I mean, of course it's not going to happen. It's not going to that's not how Cody's going to drop this title again. That would just be a little silly. But I think the main talking points from this segment is the promo work from this, because like both guys had really good stuff to say, where like Drew was saying how he wrote the blueprint for Cody's story and all that, saying that if it wasn't for him, everybody else wouldn't have the opportunities. And Cody did give him his flowers and all that stuff, yes. But he did, you know, clap back a little bit. And I love this whole idea of like Drew saying he lived and became the embodiment of the American dream. Whereas Cody, now that he's, you know, corporate Cody and all that stuff that he likes to call him, he's now the American nightmare. So I really like how Drew's playing upon those words and all that. But Vash, what do you think of the promo before we dive a little deeper with it? Like, at least some standout moments from you with all that.
I love when sometimes when Cody gets a bit graphic or a bit excessive with his language. When he tells Drew, he's like, at least when I left the company, I came back and I got some balls.
Oh yeah.
I love how he's always with the extra like emphasis of his attitude and like puts the hand out there like, at least I got some balls. Like just out there and it just shows how both of these men are professionals. Like they know how to get in the character wise, understand. Even Michael Cole brought it up just to put the extra emphasis or to remind the audience like, hey, he's getting to his head, to kind of put the seeds like, oh yeah, you're right, I see the vision, I see the perspective of it. And because, you know, once you tell any parent, I'm not gonna say man, any parent, don't matter, once you mention their kid's name, it's oh hell loose. So it's like Drew said, "Yo, what's your kid's name again? Can you repeat it? Because you could have been with them at home, spent a Halloween and go trick or treating. But can you remember the kid's name?" Cody saw like, "Oh, you gonna mention my kid's name? Oh, it's fighting words and pa. So that's what I kind of like, because I could relate. When I was a kid, I fought once somebody spoke shit about my parents, and I said, oh, square up, let me break that arm, boom. So, like, you get that mentality of, you know, seeing Reddit just because of those small things. So I really like when they know how to put those buttons and kind of turn the twist when it comes to Cody. Like, he doesn't always show the wild side, but when he does, you kind of can see that, oh, he snapped. So it shows that reason. It's not just because people want him, be Homelander already, be the heel. No, like he has those times and moments. People is like cramming for like, this shtick already, I'm tired of it. Like, oh, motherfuckers, there's 365 days. There's about a good 48 to 50 shows a year when it comes to WWE and Raw and SmackDown. You gotta have the story built, but you can't just rush to the character. He's eventually might turn heel in the future. But at the moment, we don't need it. And that's something that I like about them too when it came to this promo. Like, they felt real. They felt one of them. And I like Drew. What he said is facts. As anybody that who in his shoes that been going for 5 years for that belt, lost it because of the pandemic, life happened, is what it is. And then you're here in this position and you're like, nah, I don't want to sign that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas thrown off and like, hold on, what the fuck?
No,
why?
I'm not signing that. It's just like, all right, why not? Why not, buddy? Why don't you want to sign it? Nah. It's not fair.
Exactly. He's like, it's not fair. Why? Because of this, A, B, C, D, Y. I'm like, once you hear his reasoning, I was like in the middle of my card. I was like, sorry, I believe this was in the middle of my process of making the S, not the 5. I was like, you know what? He actually got a good point. He actually got a solid point. Like, you know what? He gave Larry 5 reasoning. If I was in his position, I would be like, yo, I'm sorry, but I need a stipulation, last man standing, making sure that if anybody comes out, I can make sure that, you know, I have a 10 count instead of a 3 count, or, you know, something like that. So it feels more reasoning, believable to the character of Drew McIntyre. So that's one thing I like about the promo, and with Cody, those were my highlights about it overall.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just the thing with Drew. His whole character is just based off of the truth.
Yes.
Which, I mean, he embellishes it here and there and all that kind of,
in a blur line,
twisted a little bit. Yeah, but like, he still relatively tells the truth. Like, yeah, I mean, if I was in Drew's shoes, I would have been like, Nick Aldis, do you even watch your own show? Like, Cody got himself disqualified a couple weeks ago against me. You know the champion's advantage exists. I don't want that in my title match. Instead, I want the opposite. But like, again, I like how Drew's kind of twisting it and using Cody's anger almost against him to a point. And I feel like that's going to be building up to when Cody eventually drops the title again. It's going to be out of anger that he tries to pull some sort of trigger. It could be against Randy. It could be against anybody else. I don't know. But I feel like that's where this story might be going, just with Cody in general. So I'm hoping they see that and kind of capitalize more on it.
Agree.
Because I was looking on Twitter earlier, and again, taking a lot of opinions on there.
Talk to me. What have they
said? My God, a lot of people are kind of turning on Cody. Like they're starting the turn now. They're starting it. they're just like, oh, Cody's bland. Oh, same old shit from Cody. Now there were a bunch of people that were saying he was cooking. So I will say that. So good on you guys for saying that.
I believe he was cooking.
I thought so too.
I don't think it was bland. I enjoy, like, again, I'm a fan of Superman. The character people have even called Superman bland, because how can you relate to a guy that's all and powerful and has very little weakness? But that's why you make him more human. Cody is a human character, but he's loved by the fans. His fandom, as you see in the arena, are the ones that are screaming and going hype for his name. Even when he literally does the whoa, people are screaming during that moment. So all the hypeness is amazing. Are the people online? I saw it too. I've seen it over the past couple of weeks. I see it on my timeline on TikTok, IG now, because obviously Chad was posting, so I have to see the feed and everything. And people are saying that, yo, people are tired of his catchphrase. What do you want to talk about? I'm sorry. I look forward for that line. The same thing like when I look forward for Monday Night Raw, when I see Xavier Woods, I want him to say, "Oh God." It's like you already have gotten accustomed to these characters doing what their shtick. So people saying, hey, they're turning over. I'm not shocked that they've done it for Jey Uso. They've done it for fandoms. People always gonna get like people love for the character, and then they'll find that one flaw and be like, you know what, I got turned over for because of some of my parries. The same thing for Eren Yeager, Luffy, Goku, Naruto, any MC. There has been a great love, but then that little small turn. So I'm not too shocked.
Well, I think part of it is people want an evolution of the character. That's why like people were turning on Jay a lot, because like there wasn't really much evolving from him other than the Yeet concerts and all that. Like the most that started coming from that is getting the walk back with it, which
true.
I'm not going to repeat what we've said about that on here, but yeah.
What could rebuttal towards that is that no matter if people get mad about this, we're at home. We could just chill, talk about it, talk to our wife's partner, our friends that are just watching the show. People in the arena are the ones asking for it. They're enjoying it. Great for them. That's not our problem. Yeah. We could be annoyed at it. We're just the people watching. However, when it comes to Cody, when it comes to being him stale or not, you have to understand, not you, but to the fandom, is that this is a 50 episodic weekly show, and he's a character out of a 10 to maybe 25-minute part of the episode. So we cannot get so much storytelling within 2 hours. Even though he's the main character, we also have side characters, so we can't just focus on him. And with the community, they don't have a like a Total Divas or they don't use the social media as much to kind of develop the characters more with that. So they just have every Friday Night SmackDown and PoE. We gotta slowly develop characters. Am I upset too that he's not a story more? No, because the story of finishing the story got completed within 2 years. Now we're in the next within 2 years after that, where we're about to get another version of him. It just takes time. It takes patience, where he has to develop, understand, and lose. He has to question his identity, and that's what we're getting here. He lost the title already to John Cena. He got it now, but the title, like any type of first place, eats at you. No, in any type of self-doubt, any type of ideology for the character. And that's what we got for Cody. Right now, he's questioning. He's doing some questionable tactics, like he did a couple weeks ago with the count out. So we're gonna probably get more of that in the future, but it just can't be rushed. The only thing I will say, chat, I get it. You guys are still mad about Randy. It's been 2 years. This man kept looking at the title. I know I could get rebuttal by that. So understandable. Just sometimes it works. Sometimes is it too long term? How much motherfucking long term do you want it? I get it.
Well, like, here's the thing with it though. It's so when Cody dropped the title to John, there wasn't too much of an evolution to his character. If anything, his character kind of degraded a little bit. Yeah, he had a bit of a character regression because he didn't hit John with the title at WrestleMania and then got screwed over because of Travis Scott. But, come SummerSlam, he has his big rematch and all that, which came after a tag team match. Before then, I think Cody wasn't really on TV much after WrestleMania. Like, he came back to set up that tag team match against Cena and Logan Paul, and then that led to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And so after Cody got the title back, he's been a little bit more intense, but it hasn't been like. I think part of the problem is the fact that we got tonight's promo when we did. Because everybody wanted this promo, like, back when we first heard that Drew and Cody were going to start a program together. Like, we wanted this promo that we had tonight be, like, maybe the second or third week into their program. But, here we are at Saturday Night's Main Event, which, now that we have a stipulation, it's probably going to be the end of it. But, we'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow night when it comes to the match. But, like, and I think that's why, like, I can kind of understand the reasoning why people are kind of starting to turning on it. Yeah, because it's like, okay, I see where you're coming from. Where, like, there's that bit of blandness to it. There is that bit of perfection. Because I'm one of those people. I want my main character to have some sort of flaws. I don't like the character that is just perfect at everything. That is just the best at everything. Like, have a freaking weakness, dude. That's why I didn't like Superman for a long time. Fun fact. Like, it's like ever since being a kid, he always came across as like the perfect figure. Because again, most of my exposure with Superman was the animated series and Justice League, which both great series. Superman was just kind of like the main jock of there, which again, kid brain at that point, but. You learn to like understand the character when you look at other media that they're part of. But because we only have the WWE part of it, and see that just adds to it all too. Because like we know how vicious Cody can be. Look at some of his stuff from AEW.
TNA,
so like
New Japan, what he has done over there, the attitude, the Homelander that people have been asking for, the heel side that, hey, can you take that out? And even, Cody said in an interview, and Chris interviewed and a few others, like, he will show hints. He will show a bit of those older versions, but he's not going to turn heel yet. Is he playing us? Is he lying to us? Is he just, waiting for the opportunity? Who knows?
But, like, and that's, I think, part of the issue there is Cody back then was a lot smarter. Like, it wasn't just an idea of, like, oh, heel, face, blah, 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 like that. Like, I mean, that's part of it for some people, but I know with me, it's more of the sense of like the mindset, because like in his AEW run, he made the stupid choice to not only go for Jericho with that world title, but he also put on the line the ability to go for that world title. and he ended up losing that match. So it's just like, you know, you didn't really learn from your past. I mean, again, I don't see Cody dropping the title tomorrow night, but it's one of those things where it's just like he kind of faltered back to that certain mindset where it's just like, okay, I'm going to get what I want just so I can get what I want no matter what happens to me or anybody around me. And like, you add the stake that you really didn't need to add. Like, it's like going up to the king of the universe and be like, hey, I want to fight tough people. I want to fight strong people. All right, great. We'll set up all these universes to it. By the way, the universes who, you know, fail and lose this tournament, yeah, they're erased now. Damn it, Goku. Why would you do that? Damn it, Cody. Why would you do this? Why would you like get rid of your champion's advantage? But again, I get it. Fighting babyface, blah, blah, whatever. We're here to talk about everything. And if I didn't bring up the other side to conversations, this would be a boring ass podcast of us just agreeing, be like, yes, I agree with you. Yes, I agree with you. Oh, isn't that great? Nah, you got to have some sort of conflict going on. Somebody's got to be the devil's avocado.
We're having the debate. We're having the different perspective. We're, you know, adding the audience that we see in the timeline that they like to shit and complain about the product. Yeah. But we're also, you know, we're giving the perspective that even if we don't see it or agree, is to acknowledge it. That, hey, we're understanding that people right now, not behind Cody, there's a few, maybe 10%, 20% of a big void that likes to scream in the echo chamber, but then they start to expand. Who knows?
Yeah. But, I mean, match is going to slap tomorrow. I don't know how it's going to end. Whether we get that no contest that I called or...
Do we think it's going to be a main eventing?
What we do. This, honestly, I would have the world title match main event with Punk and Jay.
Agree. Yeah, you're right.
I would almost have this start the show. Like, because that's the thing. You have this, either this or the IC title match. But I feel like if you start with this, you know, you get past that story and all that. We can move past Drew. We can move past Cody, like, doubting himself. You have a nice IC title match to kind of, like, move on from that that banger opening and all that. You have a great second match. You have the third match, the women's title match, which will be a cool off. I feel bad saying that, but I mean, judging by what they did tonight, they don't really give a shit about building up for this match. And then end with a new world heavyweight champion with whatever happens there, because I feel like there's more story going into that than there is anything else on this show.
I agree with that. That's a very solid breakdown.
Yeah, but again, we'll see how they decide to order everything, all that. So we're gonna move on now. I'm tired of talking about Cody. Tired of talking about Drew McIntyre. I'm ready to talk about our mid-card stories. I'm ready to get into some of this stuff, because some of this stuff was, well, at least the first thing we're going to talk about was really good. Some of this other stuff, meh. You know, like a mixed pile of meh, but let's just dive right into it. U.S. Open Challenge. Ilya Dragunov needs an opponent this week for the next installment of the U.S. Open Challenge, and it's answered at first by music by Nathan Fraser of Axiom. So already you're just like, oh my gosh, Nani? Seth Rollins' little protege is going to take on Ilya Dragunov? All right, bet. Let's get into this. Quickly interrupted by Ciampa. His bald ass comes out there. He wants the shot instead of that nerd Nathan Fraser, but unfortunately he was a bit late. He gets shooed off by Ilya Dragunov, and my God, the match these two put on was spec-frickin-tacular. Like, and I think to really fully understand this match comes from a certain line that Dragunov said during this match as he was about to hit Nathan Fraser with a big old German suplex on the outside. He just said, "It's nothing personal, just business." That's what this match was, because like Nathan Fraser barely walked away with a chest almost caved in, looking like ground beef. Ilya Dragunov was bleeding. Like, this is what I love about Ilya Dragunov. He goes to war in every single match that he's in. It doesn't matter who his opponent is. It doesn't matter what time of the 90s facing off against his opponent. It doesn't matter what you think. He puts his 120% in every single damn match that he's in, and it just shows. Like, it makes for a really great time. Fans are loving it. The audience is loving it in the arena too. Like, he's getting bigger pops when his music hits. And God, there was one near fall after the Phoenix Splash. They got me. I thought Nathan Fraser was gonna get it, but I was like, no,
agreed.
No. I think part of me was mainly just kind of surprised to actually see a Phoenix Splash be executed, because normally when Seth tries it, he always misses.
Yep. But as you say, the protege, as you say,
yeah,
the better version or the younger version is what I'd rather call it, not the better, because each person has their own talent. But to follow up to what you're talking about this match, like I said in the beginning of our show, Edge Dragunov was a beast. This man is a titan. Like this, I believe they also had a promo for him before the match, right?
Yeah, they had a video package.
The video package was very solid as well. I love how very cinematic it was. Very cinematic with the storytelling. But I love how the character of Edge Dragunov just respects battle, just respect warriors. Like, he like, look, guys, I get it. You guys want to fight me, the Dragunov. But I gotta respect, he came here first. Music was started first. Campion, you gotta step away. For a second, no lie walkings. I thought Edge Dragunov was about to say, you know what? I'm in a good mood today. Triple threat.
Yeah.
I thought this was about to say that, announce that triple threat. I give you approval, and I'm like, wait, what? Campion with Nathan Fraser. And Edge Dragunov is like, triple threat. Sign me up. But we didn't get that chat, and we got Nathan Fraser, and this man was solid. This was almost like a 20-minute match. I tried to check in Cage Match, but they don't have the numbers yet. They're behind, so I couldn't give you the data. But no matter what, it felt, the energy, the match itself felt like 20 minutes. Probably was a good 12-15, but it was solid. Nathan Fraser, I'm so happy he got a solid singles match, and I love how you had your team member out there supporting you, being there without being too involved. He literally just, you did your shit. Yeah. That's what I would like to see. Street Profits, Montez Ford, come open challenge next week. Please and thank you. So we can have just Angelo Dawson just supporting you outside. Please don't give any heel or split. Just support, man. You can still be in a staple squad and still go after singles titles. Stop breaking them up.
Literally that. You could do singles things while still being in your tag team. It's okay. I promise you it's fine. Not everybody has to split up, because then you need to add to your division and all that. Man, whatever. Yeah, this was just an awesome contest. Like,
and I agree with that.
The one
I was just gonna say, when Nathan Fraser, that chest being red, I was looking at that and I'm like, that looks painful.
Like, damn.
I could handle pain, but that just looks like red. Like, you just kept being slapped, thing. Look, I get it. That's their job. But that shit was red. It's just dragging that was bleeding. He was like, yeah.
Look, that's a Saiyan blood in him. Like, there's a reason he's the Saiyan czar around here.
Look,
but,
I would have loved to have seen Wesley as Brawley versus Edge Dragunov in a match as my Brawley and Prince Vegeta version. Oh my god, that wouldn't cook. That would have. But sadly, we didn't get that. I don't think we got that in NXT. But here's my version of Prince Vegeta. Edge Dragunov with that. Like, he has the attitude, bro. He literally has done anime references on his type of social media. So just seeing this match, I can't wait for his third person. We know we most likely might get Campion next week, since he kind of is literally showing himself like, yo, I'm gonna see you next week, my guy. Well, next week is on hand. I can't wait to see that Campion versus Edge Dragunov. I kind of want now every U.S. wrestler, every U.S. champion after this, just do open challenges. Bro, because that shit will just...
they should.
They should every week. Just have that title be defended week, and you will be good on the roster. Like, people will love you. You have that consistency. You have that hustle, and it shows yourself and the other opponent in-ring work.
See, you bring up Broly, and immediately my first thought with Ilya Dragunov having a Broly was Obafemi.
That one works too. That one works too. I see what you're saying. I see it.
I want Obafemi to be the one to dethrone
Okay.
Ilya Dragunov.
I got you.
I kind of want him. I kind of want him to answer an open challenge.
Wesley is a 2006 or 2005 Brawley, the skinny one, and then Obafemi is a 2022 or 2021 Brawley.
So the better version. Got it. Because he didn't get fired. Anyways. Oh, sorry, Wesley. We love you, bud.
Oh, we do. I can't wait to see your
excitement. You're no longer with us.
Yeah. I couldn't see your new name. I don't remember the top of my head, but I saw that promotion coming out soon. Congrats on that. But AJ Dragunov, really solid match, man. I can't wait to see what he does next week. I don't have, like, as much as, like, you and me could be talking about this match for about 10 minutes. Just talking about, like, the moves and everything, but just these two men did a great job. Do you think we will see Axiom in the next final weeks as well, going for the U.S. title open?
Probably, yeah. I could see it. I know one of the next opponents for him besides Ciampa is Tama Tonga.
Like the guy we have right here above. Yep.
He wanted to his U.S. title back to him.
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
I'm all for that match because that will be a great way to showcase Tama Tonga more, and that's not within a crappy tag team match, which we'll get to later. Like, give me that one-on-one singles match and all that. Will he take the title from Ilya Dragunov? No, because again, I kind of worked myself into a shoot with Obafemi answering an open challenge, keeping the open challenge. Because hey, who's gonna try to face off against Obafemi in an open challenge for his U.S. title?
I would love that. If
Idiots, that too.
If Obafemi comes in December and takes that, I'm okay. Continue that. Be my ruler. But we don't know because sometimes Triple H don't consider NXT as canon. Is it a canon event? Who the fuck knows?
I don't know anymore. I don't know what they're doing. Freaking Trick Williams is still down there, but whatever. Fine, cool, neat, whatever. I'm just glad that, like, especially with these U.S. Open Challenge, like, I mean, Sammy was getting some people that hadn't gotten a lot of time on screen and all that, but with Ilya, it just feels like a different breed now. Because, like, everybody, like, I guess with Sammy, they kind of feel like, okay, he's always going to, fight back from underneath. But, like, with Ilya, yeah, he's intense and he's a formidable opponent. But, like, it's like he's, like, at a level 27 compared to, like, Sammy's level 40, if you will. So it's like, okay, which would I rather fight? I'm currently at level 32. Which one would I rather fight? The level 27 or the level 40? Which will be kind of the easier contest. I can try for the level 27. And then the level 27 kicks your ass and gets up to level 30 because of that. But hey, you know what? I don't make up the rules or the numbers for experience points. Yeah, exactly. So,
good reference. The way I see Sammy, as if we continue going on with the D&D reference, which right now is kind of triggering me with Stranger Things, but we're not going to talk about that. When it comes to Sammy, he gives me like he is like a mage, but we have AJ Dragunov as a warrior that goes in close combat and he goes the battle to the battle. He's like Thor. You just go in. Like, battle is for victor. Sammy is like a person that likes to play with the opponent, see also their attributes, see their weakness, their strengths, so he likes to analyze them, but also likes to let them shine as well. AJ Dragunov just goes to battle, to word, to battle. So, like, I see that reference as where you're going from. I just see them like, we have called, Sammy the underdog. He has that underdog persona, that style. But it's Dragunov, bro, he got the beast, the dog in him.
I was just gonna say Sammy's got that dog in him, apparently, according to you. I definitely see Axiom answering the call. They are kind of building towards the eventual Tama Tonga match with it. I would love for somebody like Nakamura to face Ilya Dragunov soon.
That'd be nice. Strong style.
I think that can maybe open up Nakamura a little bit to, again, remind people of how good he is. Rey Fenix is unfortunately distracted by the MFT. I mean, Nakamura in a way too, but we'll cross that road when we get to it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else. Just like I love these United States Open challenges. They have been really great since Sammy's brought them back, and with Dragunov continuing them, this is just what I wanted. And when I get what I want, I'm having a good time. And sometimes if I'm not getting what I want, maybe I won't be getting a good time. And what I definitely didn't want is to see Nia Jax on my screen. But hey, that's neither here nor there. It's just everywhere, all together, all at once. Yeah, Nia Jax took on Alexa Bliss tonight because last week they had a little bit of a spat because Nia Jax was like, ooh, you two are best friends, but you think that, but you both have knives behind your backs that you're going to stab the other one with. Who's going to stab first? Who's going to be that Chucky doll stabbing you in the back after you guys give each other a hug? Who's going to do it? Probably Alexa, because she's more of a bitch. But that's Nia Jax's words, not mine. Alexa, you are a lovely lady from what I can tell. But yeah, Alexa is basically just here to prove why she outgrew Nia. Charlotte's doing this weird signs thing in the back. She's just like, oh, she's speaking like a Leo right now. I'm just like, why you gotta remind me of my ex? Why you gotta do that shit?
When I heard that, why
you gotta do that shit?
Yeah, she's acting like a Gemini. You know, she's just pure Gemini energy, and I'm like,
why?
I know so many girls.
I mean,
like
I
that.
appreciate it. I appreciate the character work. I do. I'm just sitting there like, damn it, why?
It's adorable. It's adorable for Charlotte to do the little small type of nuggets, even in the ring as well. Just Charlotte just being part of it, or just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't there. No, like type of energy. The same thing with Alexa and Nia in this match. I did not care for. To be honest, I don't have much thoughts for the match because I felt like it was a blur. Because I don't think it happened in my head because I was, a bit busy pumpkin carving, so I didn't really lock in during this match because I didn't really lock in.
Well, let me tell you here, buddy. It was your basic David versus Goliath match where anytime Alexa tried to do a move, she'd just get hit by that brick wall. They did make a couple at least mainly one reference to like their 2017-2018 match where like Alexa slaps Nia. Nia just kind of absorbs the blow. She like slowly turns to Alexa, and then they both kind of scream at each other. So fun little spot there.
And plus Michael Cole did give references as well about the history, about the lore. So that was pretty cool. Like, it's just that we have seen this already from Alexa and Nia recently within the past year.
Right.
We have seen it once or twice already. So like this being the second or third time, it's like, okay, cool. But this was more of a build-up for the character. So like the match was nice. Just it's the usual type of Nia and Alexa, like Walker said, the David vs. Goliath, I don't have to stress or kind of break my head about it. It just went straightforward from what it sounds like.
I think what one part kind of irked me a little bit, or at least bothered me just a little bit with it, was Nia was doing this edge guard kind of thing. So like, when you're playing Super Smash Brothers and you're just at the edge as somebody's trying to get back onto the stage, but that person just kind of keeps smacking you off the stage.
Yeah.
That's basically what Nia was doing to Alexa. Like they would go into the ring, she'd grab her by the hair, toss her out. Grab her by the hair, toss her out of the ring. She'd get back on the apron, knock her back down. I'm just like, okay, you turn the page, you wash your hands. You turn the page, you wash your hands. All right, cool, great. Thanks, Filbert, for being in my wrestling right now. But yeah, that match ends at least with Charlotte pulling a distraction. Alexa, like, basically stacking up Nia Jax. So, like, I do like that aspect of it where it seemed like Alexa was basically turning Nia into a pretzel, kind of using her own size against her in a way. Trapping her to pull out the win, rolling up 1, 2, 3. Alexa wins. Next week, we're apparently getting Charlotte versus Nia, so stand by for that one, folks, because that's going to be another...
That would be interesting.
Bumpy ride. Yeah.
That would be interesting.
I'm not looking forward to it.
We've seen that before many times, so I'm not too excited for that. So good luck for them.
Yeah. I think the main takeaway with this is like the story they're trying to tell here is basically about their friendship here.
Don't trust people, tall or small.
Yeah. Well, that, and it's just like, are they actually being friends? Are they actually being truthful with each other? Because you have Corey Graves constantly on commentary being like, you can't trust them. They're both fake, blah, blah, blah. But then like you see them on screen. It's like, okay, well, they're kind of being friendly to each other. They're tolerating each other
Yeah.
at least, even though Charlotte kind of treats Alexa like the little kid, or like almost like she's her property in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's a very interesting dynamic that they're going with. Like, and I'm trying to think of how I can properly describe it. Besides just like, okay, Charlotte's thinking of Alexa as her property, but like that's not really 100% it. So stand by for the next couple weeks as I try to like think of the proper phrase to come up with that.
I guess it's more like big sister type of little sister type of energy. Like, hey, I can
Kinda,
do.
yeah.
You listen to me, and it's like the big sister thinks that the little sister sees her as a role model, or sees her, so she's like telling like, "Don't worry, I got you. I got everything on my own." Or like, "Hey, you follow me,
Yeah.
and we're good."
Maybe not to get more weeby on this show or anything, but it's more like the senpai and all that, like
Exactly, like that type of
like
energy.
the cocky senpai and all that, like
It's like the Padawan and the Master.
kind of.
Anakin and
Kind of.
Ahsoka.
Mm, mm, mm.
And Charlotte is Anakin,
gonna-
and Alexa is Ahsoka. Just to be.
I'm gonna get away from Ahsoka. Now because it's modern Star Wars.
When it comes to
Anywho,
our next match, I know you was excited about this one. Mr. Carmelo Hayes versus Kit Wilson.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. I thought Miz was gonna cost Carmelo Hayes this match,
Me too.
and we were gonna have a way worse discussion than we're about to have.
I'm happy
I
I
mean,
didn't.
this was a match. It was just a way to give Carmelo Hayes a win, a way for the Miz to get involved in Carmelo Hayes' business, to get some sort of revenge on him for breaking up Mellow Don't Miz, which, God, I hate that name. Like, as much as Vash hates the word WrestlePalooza, just replace that with Mellow Don't Miz. That's mine. I hate it. I don't like it.
I'd rather hear Mellow Don't Miss. Mellow Don't Miss. Mellow Don't
I'd rather talk about WrestlePalooza, but not this past one. A different one that's better.
So, when it comes to this statement that you just said, I'm on the same fucking page because I was about to be pissed. I thought the Miz, I thought Carmelo was, but look, I like Kit Wilson. I like this type of single run he's doing. It kind of reminds me of Ivar when he got his partner also hurt, and he was out for a couple months. Ivar had his little small single run and did some cool stuff. Kit Wilson could be a jobber or just show us his in-ring work, and hopefully he has at least this type of masculine. Corey Graves is saying it's okay. Goldman, it's okay to cry. I'm like, cool. I thought we were already moved past this 10 years ago when that was already kind of proof to the society. Now we're kind of running this back again. Sure, Debbie, you're kind of a bit old in the times about this, but sure. But then Carmelo Hayes got hit by the Miz, where the referee literally could have seen this in the peripheral type of vision, like literally it was like right there on the side left, but you're stuck on Kit Wilson, and then he threw he threw Carmelo Hayes back in, bro. Not like the sweating, but I was like, yo, he better not die. I mean, whoa. He better not lose. Yeah. And then the 1-2 hand up in there, I'm like, oh, we're good. And then obviously at the end of the match, Carmelo Hayes won, and then the Miz was like, nah, this ain't over until I say it's over. I'm like, Miz, there's better be more for Carmelo Hayes to get a win out of this and get a good stuff. Because you already are over and everything. I don't see the point of this if you win this feud, because right now, hopefully this is your way of kind of helping Carmelo get out of his funk and get in the U.S. Open Challenger star, or more of the main eventing stock. Hopefully this is what the Miz trying to do, or the storytelling is trying to do, because I would really hate this if Carmelo Hayes continues after a year and some change has been getting up and down in this roller coaster.
Yeah, I mean, the plan should be for Carmelo Hayes to go over the Miz. I mean, that should be the plan. That probably is the plan. God, if we deviate from the plan, we'll have a whole different conversation with that. But I kind of do want to focus on Kit just for a little bit, because I mean, so with him coming out, he has new music for one. Obviously, he has to do some solo work now that his partner is injured right now. But I think one thing to note from this, and thank you Twitter for catching this too, it was something from commentary, and this was from Corey Graves. Like, somebody had mentioned like Yes Boys, which was part of the like Pretty Deadly's tag team, just being Yes Boys and all that stuff. But I think it was Michael Cole had mentioned that something about like being a Yes Boy, and Corey Graves was like, yeah, that's all in the past from him now. So it's like, okay, are we quietly breaking up Pretty Deadly while what's his face is I forgot his partner's name, so apologies folks. While his partner is currently healing right now, or is it just gonna be a permanent thing? Like, what are they gonna do here? Because like, I don't see a big run coming from Kit. This whole like anti
grown men don't cry type of masculinity.
Yeah, like this whole like anti-toxic masculinity thing. It's a fine gimmick, but it's one of those gimmicks that doesn't really have a lot of legs to stand on. Like, he might answer a US Open challenge. He's not winning it though. Like there's not even a chance of him pulling out that kind of a victory. Like, I'm sorry, just gonna say that, and it's just because of booking and all that stuff. Because Kit did look good.
He did
short match, like that flying elbow he hit looked really good. I was like, oh, I'm impressed. Great, awesome, fantastic. But like, beyond all that, let's just get this thing done with the Miz. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. That'd be fan-freaking-tastic. Much like having a good tag team division is fan-freaking-tastic.
Oh, dang.
That's right. We're gonna see. I'm just filled with the transitions tonight. Motor City Machine Guns taking on the MFT. That's the match itself. But how did we get here? What was the road that led us to this? Well, Solo confronted Motor City Machine Guns. First of all, he called, I believe it was Chris Sabin, he called him Harry Potter. Reasons. Like, he dropped that name. I'm just like, why are you calling him Harry Potter? And you're not even going to make a magic reference after that? Is that just because it's Halloween? Ooh, spooky. Ooh, scary skeletons.
It felt very flat.
Yeah, it kind of did. But, yeah, Solo's just talking shit to them, and both Motor City Machine Guns members like, hey, if you want to fight, we'll happily fight you and all that. Like, we'll go talk to Nick Aldis. Go make that a thing. And as the match is getting ready to happen, we have Sammy in Nick Aldis' office for one. He's trying to get medically cleared to at least be out there with Motor City Machine Guns. Proud of Nick Aldis for like putting his foot down, being like, nah, you know how the MFTs run. You're not going out there. And a nice little tease too of like Sammy wanting to face Cody. So I'm hoping that's going to be in the future soon. Again,
yeah, he did say.
Praying.
I believe Sammy was like, "Oh, nice to see you. Hopefully, once I'm done with the MFT, some good things are in the future. Some good things is what he was trying to kind of leaning towards. He's like, yeah, I see my future. Some good gold, some good W red. I see on my shoulder.
Yeah,
maybe a WrestleMania chat.
Maybe a good old Royal Rumble win is in store. That'd be nice. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, that is.
But
that's been a speculation since earlier this year, Chad. But I do want to state this: this MCMG, the Motor City Machine Gun versus My Family Tree, I did not care for. I was not locked in. I was not really paying attention to this one. I honestly thought this tag team match was kind of like nothing like a letdown. It just felt very, nothing sloppy. It just felt very not in sync.
Yeah. Okay. I think I see what you're saying with that. I think for me, it's one of those instances where it's like one team is just beating the other's ass.
Yeah.
They're just on top the whole time. Shenanigans are gonna happen. Of course, shenanigans happen. MFT win because of shenanigans. But so yeah, I'm kind of with you. It's kind of hard to get invested in this match because it's like, okay, kind of know where things are going to go, especially with just the early stages of this match. And even when MFT were on top for a bit, they weren't on top for that long. Like anytime, like because there was a couple things I had to do during this match, and anytime I look back at the screen, MFTs were down. Like they were on the back end of a lot of offense and everything. So yeah, I mean, most of this is just so they can continue getting wins, getting closer to the Wyatt Six. Which, all right, fine if that's going to be the story. Kind of wish we had more Wyatt Six involvement just tonight, except for
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross scaring my true United States champion.
Maybe
How
possible
dare
fourth
you, Nikki
time.
Cross.
Possible fourth time.
Fourth time.
Fourth champion. Fourth champion of the U.S. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. Dude. You know what? No. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that because she is a treasure. Yeah. She is a treasure of this world.
When it comes to this segment, the one thing I did care about the most was Rey Fenix wants to fight Tama Tonga. Not Tama Tonga. Not...
oh, yeah. He wants the big boy.
Yeah, not Mateo. He wants the big guy. He literally said, Solo. Solo was like, yo, what you want? Want to fight? He like, nah. Okay, bye. He like, but
I want to fight you.
And they literally went up like a box or something, and literally to look him in the eye, like, my guy, I want to fight you. You and me, Mr. Talatanga. You're too tall for me, so I gotta go on top of the box so I can look at you in the eye and be like, I want to fight you. Yes, you. Tall. Yes, you.
Oh my God, I love how he went to go get like a stepping stool to be like, I want you, and then introduce him to what the 5 knuckles said to the face.
It was so unexpected that I didn't expect for Rey Fenix to do that. But then the end of the match, just to have Motor City Machine Gun, which I love them, check. But then have Nakamura and Rey Fenix. The first thing that popped in my head when I saw this, I'm like, are we about to have these 4 Randalls literally be at War Games versus MFT? Because if these are, like, I know the match will cook. I know the match will cook. Because Nakamura, Motor City, and Rey Fenix are great players in what they do. But story-wise, investment-wise, they have no stock in. So, like, I don't mind seeing a kind of 4-on-4 match on sometimes SmackDown in the future as a main event. Because I would love to see that type of dynamic. But when it comes to the actual match of War Games, I hope not.
I'm gonna save you there. I doubt it.
Yeah, I know.
If any of these are gonna be a War Games match, it would be the MFT versus the Wyatts. Yeah. So I think you're safe there. We might still get like that 8-man tag though, like probably the week after next week, since Talatanga is gonna be busy with Rey Fenix. So yeah, probably the next week, or even like the SmackDown of, because like I know some people that I've been watching some of their content, kind of listening to them and all that. This actually stems from Cultaholic, I think, from what I heard. Having like because we haven't had a traditional Survivor Series match in a few years, ever since they brought War Games up to the main roster, which fine, needed a bit of a refresher. But they had mentioned, oh, well, how about having the MFTs versus the Wyatts? Or now that we have 4 other guys, these 4 random baby faces against the MFTs in like kind of a traditional Survivor Series match where like sometimes it has been 5-on-5, sometimes it's 4-on-4. I think I do recall some 4-on-4 matches like that, but that would be kind of cool to have some sort of like elimination style to it that could still help the MFT, look strong, especially if they do end up facing off against the Wyatts, at least at Survivor Series. That, again, that wouldn't be too bad of a thing. And whether that match with the Wyatts is a War Games match with everybody involved or just a normal match, either way, I'm sure it'll hit. I'm sure it'll slap and all that. Because, like, we haven't really got too many good teases for the men's side of War Games.
No, we haven't.
And I say good because, like, a lot of people are trying to, like, pull from what could be,
Yes, people are trying to find the random strings that be like, it connects, but then you see the strings are like, motherfucker, that string is over there, that string is over there, that string is over here. How does that motherfucker connect? So you can't really just pick and choose just because what you wish. Where does the story actually lead that actually makes sense? And right now we don't have one, and I do agree. After Saturday Night Main Event of November, we're going to get the build-up for the next 3 weeks of what could be. And remember that Friday before Survivor Series is always pre-taped because people get to have their time with their family. So that Friday Night SmackDown, we will probably see it the week before.
Yeah, we'll probably see some of the spoilers come out from that week before. So, yeah, should be hopefully a good time. Hopefully a good time. We'll see. But, yeah, I mean, I say this a lot when it comes to the difference between SmackDown and Raw tag teams. At least SmackDown's doing something with their tag teams. Whether it's good things or bad things, they're at least doing something with their tag teams. Because, you know, not only do we have, like, this stuff going on with the MFT and Motor City Machine Guns, you're throwing in Rey Fenix with it, who, you know, it's normally a single star, might be making a tag team with Shinsuke, or maybe they're just allies right now just to get rid of MFT. I don't know. Yeah, so you have them, you have, you know, DIY and Fraxium kind of getting into it, not only just through the US title, but I mean, again, they're tag teams that could fight each other, that could have at least a decent rivalry going on and all that. So
our Street Profits as well.
Yeah, if only Street Profits were involved, you know, and Los Garza, you know, because those are both also good tag teams. But hey, you got to be on main event. Somebody's going to be on main event, you know. Somebody's going to be on that show doing the moves and getting the crowd excited and all that, which, again, go to our conversation last night on Grappling with the Week, talk about underutilized talent, because that is something I mentioned, something about, like, needing different players for different parts of your company and all that, and how it might suck, but, you know, they at least rotate people around. So it's like, okay, you know, for the next month or so, you're on main event, you know, just doing main event matches before like Raw or SmackDown. But after that month's up, hey, we got the storyline ready for you. We'll move forward with that and all that. You know, you're still at least there at the show, still making a presence at times too, but you're mainly just cooking in the back. So, yeah, I mean, again, match was fine. Just ready to see this Wyatt's versus the MFT and what goes on with that. But yeah, we've actually kind of reached our quickfire segments. As you can see, the quality of SmackDown was up and down with a lot of things. But, you know, we're playing it safe in WWE nowadays. That's fine, I guess. Cool, neat. But our quickfire segments.
I was just gonna say, like, it's good to have a short, because that means it was a short conversation. If Chad, you guys want to always ask us questions, if you're there watching and listening during the live show, and if we're having a short show, you can always have a Q&A, talk to us about other side conversations. But if not, we just rapid fire and head out to the train station in that aspect. But one thing I want to really highlight before we get into the other two, I want to talk about the last one because the last one's kind of short. I laugh. Damien Zuko doesn't hate Aleister Black or what he's done. It's personal, and I'm gonna get my hands on you, Chad. This is what this man wrote on our document as his highlight.
A scar like Zuko. He has the Zuko scar from a burn.
You know what's funny? I didn't see it at first. Like when I was watching him and everything, I heard the promo. I saw the promo. It was very cinematic, very perspective. You know, making him look big, making him look boss, making him look tall and everything. But it did not hit the Zuko part until I read the document, and I was like, "Oh shit, Zuko!" And then in my head, I'm like, at least it looks better than the live action 2011 Avatar: The Last Airbender type of fake tattoo and wrong placement.
You saw him come back. What was it, last week? I think it was.
Yes,
because that's where you could really see like
you saw
the
that
red
shit.
Scar and all that. Yeah, like just the lighting for this promo was just it was in the back. So
Yeah, more
okay,
depth.
cool, fine,
And
whatever.
probably it's been a week or probably a couple of days since the shot that type of video package and everything.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm excited for Damian Priest and Aleister Black. I thought this would have been a match they would add for tomorrow, but I guess they're probably gonna build it up maybe for another 3 weeks for Survivor Series and have a match like that. Who knows? But that's just my first speculation when it comes to this match. I know you're more excited to talk about your U.S. president of the U.S. Women Division champion, right, Watkins?
Yeah, so Chelsea Green wants a shot at Julia's U.S. title because she doesn't want Julia to surpass her days as champion, which, I mean, it's going to happen anyways, but hey, we got to get something for Julia to do because we're not doing anything with her, so cool, neat, awesome, fantastic. I feel like we're going to do something with her later down the road with Tiffany, maybe. Just depending on how Saturday goes and what's going on with that story and all that. But I mean, having Chelsea against Julia, fine. Like, again, I'm a Chelsea Green fan. I really love her character, so it's gonna be a fun match regardless. So I'm all for it, just because, again, I appreciate my first and forever United States champion. But no, what I do have beef with is this other thing. So hey, everybody, we've almost reached the end of our show, right? Yeah, pretty much. You know, we're at least on the last segment of our show. We have yet to mention the WWE Women's Championship, which there is a match tomorrow for the title between Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. They got almost nothing tonight. Like, you find out what happened last week. You know, you get your little recap. And Tiffany just goes out to the ring, and she's just like, I want to fight Jade Cargill right now. And, oh my God, guys, you know, athletic ability, she has it. She really does. She does get the game of it all. Y'all got to give her something better to work with, or at least, like, do some sort of acting coaching or something. I didn't believe a fucking word she said when she went to that ring, being like, I want to fight Jade Cargill. No, you don't. You sound like you're just causing a scene in the middle of the cafeteria during third period lunch. Like, you don't sound intimidating at all. You don't really sound that pissed. Like, again, it just goes into that whole issue I have with Tiffany anymore, is just like, it feels like she's just reading from the script. Like, nothing feels organic. It doesn't feel natural. It just exists. So she needs some sort of character change. She needs something. Maybe Jay can bring it out of her, because Jay's the one that turned heel here, not Tiffany. And I'm wondering too, because like, they keep harping on this, like, oh, you're not 100%, you're not 100%. I want to do a little bit more digging. I wonder if Tiffany's actually injured.
You think she's injured from last week, so they're trying to play off so not to have her compete?
Maybe before last week, but I really don't know, dude. I keep getting taken out just by Tiffany's bad performances on the mic. Like, it's rough. But yeah, we don't even get a fight with the two. We barely get a fight. We barely get anything with them, because Nick Aldis is just like, oh, we can't be having any fights around here. They're gonna have a fight, Nick. You guys can't control shit on your shows. Everybody just gets in a bull-part brawl right before the pay-per-view, and guess what? Copy, paste, repeat for every angle, because that's what you do with almost every angle, is these pull-apart brawls. But no, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. It's neat. It's awesome. It's fantastic. But I don't know. This kind of sucked. Like, it just was a nothing segment to build up for a title match tomorrow night.
Chat, my Weebsters, if you guys are expecting me to have an answer or respond towards about this Tiffany and Jade thing, the only thing I got was that I love how Tiffany came out, yo, Jade, I want to fight. And I'm like, no, you don't, girl. You don't even sound like you are panting or, like, angry. It just sounds like, yo, Jade, I want to fight. Bro, yeah. If I just got wrecked by this girl last week, I would have come like, yo, Jade, bring your ass out here. I want to fight. Or some type of energy, some type of emphasis on what you're putting down.
Like she's still holding the title like she's about to have an interview. It's just like, girl, put the title down. Like when Cody goes out there for a fight, is he bringing the title? Not really. And if he does, he's like almost immediately putting that thing down when he's in the ring.
Yeah. It just fell flat for me when it came to this. That's why I don't got my comments about that. I enjoy more of the Damian and the Chelsea Green stuff. Jade and Tiff is like really curious to see how that goes tomorrow again. Guys, go check out speculation when it comes to our prediction on Last Dash Show Grab of the Week on episode 33. If not, hopefully you guys enjoy tomorrow's SNME because we will be covering that at 10:30 p.m. EST.
Yep. As soon as the show is off the air, we'll be on here hopefully to talk about it all. I don't have anything more. I wish they had more to go off of and more to do. I don't know. Part of me feels like I feel bad saying this. I really do. But it almost feels like WWE's almost losing faith in Tiffany.
Agree. I think they are.
Like, again, she can go in the ring. Like, this has nothing to do with the in-ring talent.
Oh, it's not.
It's just the mic work, which literally there's an easy fix for it.
Can we blame her or can we blame the producers and the writers, or do we blame
both
parties? Do we blame both parties at Tiffany's not executing what she's being given well, or what she's being given cannot be salvaged, and no matter how much she tries to do good or bad, no matter what's gonna suck ass.
I think it's a little bit of a mix of all of that, where it's like they're giving her kind of shit material. Whoever's helping to produce these segments, I don't think are really putting their all into it, or they're like using the segments as a training exercise for people like Pete Dunne and Candice LeRae, which, you know, we've heard of them doing some backstage stuff and all that. So I don't know if it's just like, all right, well, here, have this storyline to produce. Like, kind of like one of those, like, damn, here moments. Like, literally, like Nick Aldis giving Chelsea Green her title match. He was just like, damn, here, fine, leave me alone. Like, all right, fine. Cool, great. Like, that's just what it feels like. It's just like a mix of all of what you just said. Like, the materials she's given, the direction she's given, her being a babyface. Because I'm sorry, again, she's a better heel on the promo work, but what do I know, right? You know, I'm just a consumer of a product.
Yeah, we can't critique it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to critique. We're not allowed to theorize. How dare us?
That's what we're told, Chad. But other than that, this was, like I said earlier in the beginning of our show, an hour ago of the show, I said it, that this was a solid show, not good or bad. This was like a solid 3.5, 3.228 that anybody could agree with. Some people could say 2.5. I would not argue them. I understand that some things could have not hit, some things could have been better. But we're hoping that they're heading to the right direction. Right now, we're heading to this awkward spot where it's going to lead up to Survivor Series and SNME event and Royal Rumble. I'm really curious to see how we're going to feel next year, Watkins, when Money in the Bank is in September. We have SummerSlam before, and then we have, you know, Money in the Bank, then their October PLE, and then Survivor Series, then Royal Rumble. I'm really curious to see how the landscape will change from the direction of storytelling and booking. So I'm really curious to see how time will tell from a year from now, from how they're setting things up. Because again, this also is the first year of their contract with Netflix. So I'm trying to be the best, as we're known, optimistic Vash out here, always being the most hopeful, just like, hey, there always could be better.
Yeah, I mean, Pedro Pascal said it best in that shitty Wonder Woman movie. It's good, but it can be better. And that's just WWE in a nutshell. And really, that's kind of SmackDown too. Like, it was good. You know, there were some good spots into it, but there were also the other spots that were just like, yeah, it's fine. You know, like, again, and I've used this term before too. It's like, there are some segments that go like 2 steps ahead each week, 2 steps ahead, 2 steps ahead. Some stories end up going like 1 step ahead. Others make like a half step ahead. And then there's some that are just like, you know, oh, wait, there's a butterfly over there. And then they go over to McDonald's and get themselves a nice little Happy Meal. And they're just like, oh, yeah, I don't have to move anywhere. It's just like, but you went the opposite way from chasing a butterfly. Now you're in McDonald's? What? Give me that toy. I want that toy. I want that SpongeBob toy. Give it here. No, like, and luckily SmackDown wasn't one of those. Like, we haven't had one of like those shows probably since WrestlePalooza.
Thank you. I was gonna say that too. Since WrestlePalooza on the 4th of September, because it was a slow burn. Hey, Chad, maybe that's why Vash was busy that month and couldn't be on the show on SmackDown. Maybe he just thought, hey, those episodes are gonna be bad. I don't need to be there. I'm gonna be lying on my ass, optimistic Vash, and you know what? I'm good. Who knows?
I'm gonna remember that.
I'll be like, hey, guys, I gotta call at work. Come hang out with wifey. True reason, but maybe it's just another excuse to be like, yo, SmackDown, maybe sleep down.
Hate you for that. But
other than that, chat, before we end our show, like we always say in the beginning or the outro, we appreciate for everyone checking us out. Listen to the podcast. Hope you guys enjoy our conversation. Time comes down below in the description for all our discussion. And as well, check out our tomorrow PLE and check out the audio feed for Weebs of the Ring, because tomorrow's PLE will be the first one that will be uploaded on a weekly basis. And then Raw, Grappling the Week, SmackDown on a weekly basis to our audio feed. So go, guys, check that out. It will be on the next day by 3-5 in the morning. So guys, go check that out. We appreciate everyone tuning in and checking out and supporting our show by liking the stream, supporting it by subscribing. If you guys are checking us out and you see that red button still, you gotta click it to become a gray button. We appreciate that. You guys doing that with the ED that says subscribe, past tense. And lastly, go follow social media. Hit that Discord link down below in the description. You guys want to see the pumpkins I made or the conversation, the anime threads, the manga thread. I started reading Ichi the Witch. I read 5 chapters now. I'm gonna read some more
as
tonight.
you should.
So it's gonna be exciting because guess what, Chad? We're also 5 weeks away from Shonen Ronin returning December. That's around the corner. So your boy gotta making some catch up time. Gotta catch up to the 6 series that we have spoken about. So that's what it's time on the reading game. So you guys want to know more? Check out the Discord link. We appreciate the support. Check out the Twitch link. And also, we're about to enter the month of by the time of this current stream, it is November 1st. So happy holiday season. Let's get into it. So all the Christmas music we're about to hear in every supermarket and retail store. Don't blow your brains out, because it's going to still be in a happy cheer. Right, Watkins? Because it's all back to you.
Yeah. All this happiness and cheer. Woo. Maybe the WWE writers, maybe their brains can grow 3 sizes one day. Who knows? We'll
the
see.
hearts will actually be bigger, and will they be more passionate about their job?
Yeah, I'm being harsh on them, but I mean, still, come on, people. Like, again, it's good. Can be better in many aspects, but you know, if you want to hear all those conversations, we usually talk about those on Grappling with the Week, unless something's very egregious on a Raw or SmackDown or PLE and all that. So yeah, be sure to tune into all that, join in on the conversation. You guys heard what Vash said. You guys heard where to find us. You heard from the man himself. Listen to the guy, do what he said, do all that wonderful stuff, because we appreciate each and every one of you for supporting us through this journey. But I'm going to take time now to thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to the Weebs of the Ring podcast. Again, do all that wonderful stuff that Vash had told you guys to do. We are known as Weebs of the Ring on all social media platforms. And also be sure to use the hashtag Weebs of the Ring to interact with us before, during, or after these shows. Feedback is also a good way to, you know, talk to us and all that, because hey, we enjoy feedback and we would love to hear you guys. We would love to hear any ideas you have for upping our game, maybe doing some other content or adding to our already existing content. Hey, we only know that if you guys let us know what you want. Weebs of the Ring is presented by AniMa W3 Studio. Thanks, of course, to our production team for all of their hard work. Thank you once again for joining us. And remember, as always, no stunt grannies were harmed in the recording of this podcast. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Saturday night's main event.
Happy Halloween, and also Merry Christmas from our truth.
Yeah.